Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi everybody! Do you know which class it is today? That's right, we have a science class today. So, how are you all doing? Let me start with that. Good? Great job! Are you all taking care of yourselves? Of your family members, washing your hands regularly, keeping yourself hydrated? Yes, that's very good. So, do you all know which topic we are going to do today? That's right. Today we are going to learn about Earth and the layers that are there inside Earth. Isn't that exciting? Yes? Good job. I'm so happy to see you all excited about it. Okay, so before we start the video like we usually do, let me tell you all something very basic. Okay, how was Earth formed and a little more about Earth. Okay, so, Earth is the third planet in our solar system. It took around 10 to 20 million years for these planets to form. Okay, and how was Earth formed? So, a huge object, a very huge object, came and collided with Earth. Collided means came and banged Earth. Now, what happened when this object banged Earth, that means collided with Earth, it became extremely hot. Okay, and let me tell you, the object, when I say huge, it was actually huge. It was the size of Mars. You'll know Mars, right? It's another planet in our solar system. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Mars comes after Earth. Okay, so it is the fourth planet. So it was actually the size of Mars. Now, luckily, uh, Earth survived. If it would have been bigger than Mars, Earth would have definitely got destroyed. Okay, so Earth is the third planet in our solar system. And how was it formed? All the planets took 10 to 20 million years to form. And there was a huge object which came and collided with Earth. Now, when the collision took place, the Earth became extremely warm. And what happened? Suddenly, one day it started to cool down. How did that happen? So what happened was the water inside the surface of the earth, inside the earth, started coming up to the surface, and that's how the earth started to cool down. Isn't that interesting? Yes, good job. I'm so happy to see you all excited and interested in this topic. So to know more about this, let us do one thing. Let us watch a video on it. Yes, so we'll get like more knowledge and more information how everything happened, how Earth started to cool down, how mountains were formed, how trenches were formed, and what are different layers in Earth. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's quickly go and watch the video. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Yes? Okay, good job. So let's start. Now, so gradually when the earth started to cool down, the surface formed a thin layer called the crust. But inside the earth, rocks continued to swirl about, moving the crust from below and breaking it into parts. Okay, so that's what happened. Now, this process where the movements were taking place inside the Earth's crust is called plate tectonics. Yes, what is it called? Plate tectonics. So, what happened was when it was cooling down, there was a lot of movement taking place beneath the Earth, okay, in the crust and the below layers. So, when these movements were taking place, mountains and trenches were formed. Before coming on to that, let us understand the term plate tectonics. What is plate tectonics? The movement that took place on the surface and below the surface of Earth. Clear, everybody? Very good. So what happened when these movements were taking place? There were a lot of mountains and trenches that were formed. So let's look at them. So the crust of the Earth consists of separate giant plates that move. So what happened when these plate tectonics were happening? It created mighty mountains and deep trenches. Okay, and let me ask y'all, do y'all know which is the highest point on land? I'm pretty sure y'all must be knowing. So can you see this? While plate tectonics, these are the mountains which are formed and these are the trenches. So trenches are nothing but some depressions that take place inside the surface of the earth, like the Marina Trench. If you have attended our last class, you will definitely be knowing what Marina Trench is. Okay, so let's continue. So mountains were formed, okay, and similarly trenches were formed. Can you all see? It is a kind of a depression. Now, let's understand when these plate tectonics were taking place, when the surface, then the crust was moving and all these movements were taking place, mountains and trenches were formed. And do you know which is the highest point on land? That's absolutely correct. It's the Mount Everest. And which is the deepest point in the ocean? Marina Trench. Very good. So I'm happy you all have attended last time's class and you all do remember it. Very good. So the highest point on Earth is the Mount Everest, whereas the deepest point is the Marina Trench. Now, from our perspective, Earth's mountains and trenches are mighty indeed. But when you look at the surface, it in a cross section, like what you can see right now, this is a cross section of the earth. So when you actually think, oh my God, the mountains are so high and the trench is so deep, but actually in the cross section, you will realize that these are very tiny. Okay, yes, it is a drawing, it's a representation, that's why it's looking small, but actually it is quite tiny. You know why? Because the earth is huge and this is just the surface that we are covering. Yes, so the part, so the part that we stand on is called the crust, which is about 50 kilometers thick. And even though it's 50 kilometers thick, it varies from 5 kilometers to 70 kilometers, depending from place to place. And there's another interesting fact that I must tell you all, that is the deepest hole that's ever been dug by a man is 12.262 kilometers deep. Okay, can you see this? Kola super deep borehole, it's 12.3 kilometers. So it's, to be very precise, it's 12.262 kilometers deep. Yes? So isn't this very interesting? How Earth has different layers, the formation of all the planets, how Earth was formed, how these plate tectonics took place and gave rise to mountains and trenches below the Earth. Yes? the highest point being Mount Everest, and the deepest point being Mariana Trench. So let me tell you all one more thing. This crust is not the only thing Earth is made up of. This is just the first layer. There are many layers that we need to cover today. But you know what time it is? That's right, it's quiz time. So before we go into the quiz, do you want to revise it once with me? Yes? Okay. So what happened was, so Earth is the third planet in our solar system, and let me tell you all the planets were formed around 10 to 20 million years ago, and Earth was formed by a collision. Okay, now this collision were the object that collided with Earth was the size of Mars, and luckily it wasn't big enough. If it would have been bigger, Earth would have definitely been destroyed. But since it was the size of Mars, nothing really happened. It just heated up to a great extent, and suddenly it started cooling down. Now, when it started cooling down, the water from inside the Earth started surfacing up. Okay, and when this started happening, a thin layer was formed on top, and that is called the crust. Okay, and why was that formed? That was the crust was formed because of a lot of movement that was taking place underneath the earth, and that is called plate tectonics. Okay, and this very thing, that's plate tectonics, gave rise to mountains and to trenches. The highest point on Earth, that is the highest mountain, is Mount Everest, and the deepest one is Mariana Trench. Okay, now if you look at a cross section, we might think, oh my God, this is, if in general, sorry, if you look at it, it would be like, oh my God, this is so huge. But if you actually look at a cross section of the Earth, it's actually very tiny. Yes, so the crust of the Earth is only around 50 kilometers, but definitely Earth is not the same everywhere. Okay, at different places it's different. So the crust can vary from 5 kilometers to 70 kilometers. And the deepest hole that's ever been dug by a man is 12.262 kilometers to be very precise. Yes. So I think it's time for our first quiz. So what we are going to do is we are going to be posting the link in the chat section and in the comment section on YouTube. All you need to do is click on the link and get started. So I'm just giving you 2 minutes and then we'll do the quiz together. Yes? Let's go ahead and do it. So you have 2 minutes. Let me see who is going to perform the best. Okay, so I can see that most of you all have already started attempting the quiz. That's very good, guys. Now I want to see who is going to come first. Let's see who's going to top the scoreboard. Good job, everybody. So attempt the quiz properly and let me know if you all found it easy or was it difficult for you all. So accordingly, we can make the changes in the next class. Yes? Okay, that's good. Someone has already completed the quiz. Very good. Let me see who else finishes. Okay, now multiple people have started finishing it at the same time. Very good, guys. Very good. Good job. Okay, just give me a thumbs up, all those who have finished. Let me get a head count. Good job, everybody. Very good. So all those who are left, I think only a few people are left. We'll give them a few seconds and then let's do the quiz together. Yes? Okay. So let me ask, how many of you all have are attending this class for the first time? Yes? Okay, why didn't you all attend it before? Okay, let me tell you all, you're going to have a lot of fun attending these classes. I can assure you that. And I would also request you all to get your friends along. You all know why? Because there is no fun without friends, right? So we must always get our friends. Okay, very good. So did you all like the session till here? Yes, good job, everybody. Okay, so are you all ready? Has everyone completed? Shall we move on and shall we start the quiz? Yes? Okay, so just give me a second and we will start with the quiz. I hope you're liking it. Did you all find the questions easy? Yes? Good job. So I have a lot of fun activities lined up for y'all. So let's see how many we can complete today. I mean, all of them we are going to complete, but let's see how we can go ahead with it. Okay, so is everyone done? Give me a thumbs up if you're done. Yes? Okay, good job. So let's move on to the quiz. Ready, everybody? Okay, so here we go. Can everyone see my screen? Okay, let's start. So the first question is, movement of giant plates on Earth moving beneath our surface is called plate tectonics, hydrosphere, water current, or ecosystem. What do you think? We have just gone through it. That's correct. It's called plate tectonics. Very good, everybody. Good job. Okay, next question. Crust is the dash layer of the earth. So we have just learned to one layer up till now, and that is the outermost layer. So crust is the outermost layer of the earth. Good job. Next one. Density wise, crust must be dash amongst all the layers of the earth. Now, since it is the outermost layer, it cannot be the heavy layer. Heavy means it should be inside. So if it's the outermost layer, it has to be the lightest layer. Good job, everybody. Okay, let's go ahead. If an apple represents the earth, what does the skin of the apple represent? Now, the outermost layer of the earth is the crust. So, the outermost layer of the apple should represent the crust. Good job. You're getting it. Great. You understood it properly. Very good. Next question. When plates of crust crumble, they create mountain and trenches. Mountains only, trenches only. What is the answer? Mountains and trenches. Very good. Very good, everybody. Oh, we got to power up. Okay. Let's go ahead. What is the reason for movement of the crust? Is it gravity? Is it rotation of Earth? Or is it movement of hot rocks beneath? So movement of hot rocks beneath the surface of the Earth is called plate tectonics. So the movement of Earth is because of movement of hot rocks beneath. Yes? Good job, everybody. You have done a great job. Yes, so we are done with our first quiz. And tell me, how many of you are excited to go ahead and see what happens ahead and learn the different layers which are there? Everyone's excited? Okay, so let's go and let's continue. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it. Let's go ahead. Okay, can everybody see my screen? Yes, can everyone see it? Yes? Okay, let's go ahead. Now we are going to learn the other layers of the earth. Okay, so after the crust is something that is called after the crust. Oops, what's happening? Okay, so after the crust, there's something that's called as the mantle. Now, mantle is about 2,900 kilometers thick. Okay, now mantle consists of two parts. You know what are they? The upper mantle and the lower mantle. Now, the upper mantle is also divided into two parts. Okay, the first part is called the lithosphere. Okay, that's the uppermost part, and the second part is called the asthenosphere. Now, what is the difference between the two? Okay, uh, lithosphere is the uppermost part, whereas asthenosphere consists of less mobile or more solid material. Okay, so that's the difference. So when we talk about upper mantle can again be divided into two parts. That is, what is it? That is the lithosphere and the asthenosphere. Very good. Now, what is the difference between them? Asthenosphere consists of, correct, the more solid material. Let's come to the lower mantle. Now, lower mantle is it. Now, what is there between low? No, lower mantle is just normal, but now the lower mantle reaches down to the outer core of the earth. Okay, now again we have two types of cores, the outer core and the inner core. So the outer core consists of liquid layer of iron and nickel, which is about 2,266 kilometers thick. And you know what the temperature is about there? It is around 4,000 degrees to 5,000 degrees. Okay, now if we go a little more in, we have the inner core, and that's right in the center. Okay, now let us understand about inner core. Now, inner core is the solid part, which is again made up of iron and nickel, but it's a ball that's a solid ball which is made up of iron and nickel, unlike the outer core, which is liquid. Okay, so the inner core is a huge ball of iron and nickel, and it is around 1,200 kilometers. So now let's compare the inner core. So if we compare the inner core, it is the size of our moon. Okay, so 70% of our moon, that's the size of our inner core, 70% of our moon. And also, let me tell you all, it is extremely hot as our sun. You all know sun is really hot, right? So it is as hot as our sun. Okay, now another thing, it is growing at an estimated rate of 1 mm per year, which is still a lot. Okay, now for some perspective, this is the smallest layer. Okay, now for some perspective, this small layer, which is there at the top, which is the crust, okay, forms the molten mantle. Okay, and that's where we live. Okay, so where we live is basically the crust. That's the most upper part. So let's revise. The uppermost part where we live is called the crust. Okay, what comes below is the mantle. Now, mantle can be divided into two parts, upper mantle and lower mantle. Upper mantle can be again divided into two parts, lithosphere and asthenosphere. Asthenosphere, what is asthenosphere? Asthenosphere is made up of solid material. Okay, and let's come to the next one. Lower mantle is basic. Then you have the outer core and the inner core. Now, the outer core is made up of liquid iron and nickel mixture, whereas the inner core is a solid ball of iron and nickel. Now, the temperature in the liquid part, that is the outer core, is about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees centigrade, whereas the inner core is so hot that it's as hot as the sun, and it's 70% the size of our moon. Yes, and inner core is growing by what rate? 1 mm per year. It might be a very small fraction, but it does make a difference, right? Because the amount of heat that it's going to generate is going to be tremendous. Right? Good job, everybody. Okay, so let's go ahead now. I don't think we'll do a quiz now. You know what I have in store for you now? It's a diagram. Are you excited to do it? Yes, I'm super excited too. So, shall I show it to you all? Yes, so all you need is a paper and pen, pencil, sketch pens, eraser. Now, whatever I'm going to show is going to be colored. Y'all need not color it. Y'all can just draw it normally and y'all can go ahead with it. So, I'll just show it to y'all. Can everyone see the screen? Yes? Okay, so all those who don't have your paper and your stationery, quickly go and get it, and I'll just give you all a few seconds and then let's start. For all those who are ready with their stationery, write your name, date, grade, what school you're in, and the topic for today. That is layers of the earth. These 5 things. Yes, let's quickly go ahead and do that. Okay, is everyone done with writing all the details? Okay, what we do next is draw a rectangle, and inside your rectangle, you're going to draw the cross section. Now, this cross section is a little different, so we are going to draw it in a V pattern. Okay, you'll have the water, the mountains, and then comes your first layer, that is the crust. Next is the upper mantle, the lower mantle, the outer core, and the inner core. It's okay, you don't need to draw the lithosphere and the asthenosphere. It's perfectly fine. We'll just draw the basic layers of the earth. Okay, so let's quickly draw it. No need to color. If you'll want to, you'll please go ahead and color it. I would love to see all your colored diagrams, but normal diagram is perfectly fine. Yes, so let's quickly go and complete this. Once you are done, please show it to me. I would love to see your diagrams. Also, don't forget to submit your diagrams because I'm going to personally go and check them, and I'm going to select top 10 diagrams and feature them on our website. Yes, so I would love to see all your entries coming in, and I'll make sure that I go to each one of them and select the best top 10. I'm pretty sure all of you are really good at it, but let's go ahead and see how you'll do it. Yes, so I'm really looking forward to having all your entries. Yes? Okay. I can see some of you have already started some. Okay, all those who are done, just hold it in your hand. I would love to see what you'll have done. Good job. Very good. I have such brilliant artists in my class. Very good. Good job, everybody. Very good. Good job. Okay, is everyone done with the diagram? 5 layers plus the water and the mountains, ocean and the mountains. Done, everybody? Okay, so do you all know what time is it now? Yes, it's the experiment time. Now, today we are going to be performing a very different experiment. It's going to tell you all how everything took place. Okay, so it's more related to the pressure that takes place inside the earth. Let's go ahead and do it. So all those who have completed, very good. All those who are still yet to complete it, no problem. You all can complete it after the class and send across your entries. Okay, our entries are going to be open for 2 days, so do send it across. I would wait to see all your entries. Yes, so let's go ahead. Okay. Now, the science experiment we are going to be performing today is called the fire syringe experiment. Okay, so your material list is, you'll just need 2 things, that is airtight piston and cotton, just these 2 things. So all those who are ready with the material, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, all those who are yet to go and fetch your materials, quickly go and get them, and then we start with the experiment. Okay, so what we are going to be learning today is how pressure can increase the temperature inside an airtight container. Yes? Okay, so what's going to happen is when we put a small ball of cotton inside the air piston, which is airtight, and we apply a lot of pressure inside, what's going to happen is a small explosion is going to take place. Now, it's like a spark that's going to come. Okay, now this experiment definitely needs adult supervision. So, and if you're scared, please ask your parents to help you out. I do not want you all to injure yourself, though nothing's going to happen. Just as a safety measure, you all can go ahead and ask your parents for help. Okay, so is everyone ready with their material list? Okay, good job. So we are going to watch the experiment first and then we will perform it. Okay, so is everyone ready? Shall I play it? Okay, so the second task for today is the fire syringe experiment. All you need is an airtight piston and you need to take a little cotton, okay, and you need to put it inside the chamber. Now you can push it in with the help of a pencil, with the earbud. Don't put your finger inside, it might just get stuck. Now lock the air piston properly, okay, so that air gets trapped inside, and all you need to do is push the lever. And what you're going to observe is like a small explosion that took place. Now this was very fast. Now let's watch it in slow motion. Can you all see the spark that's going to come? Did you all see that? So for performing this experiment, you'll need to make sure that you're holding the piston absolutely firm, okay, on the ground or on the table. There should not be much movement. Yes? So shall we perform it? Okay, everybody, place your airtight piston, open it and place it on a smooth surface, okay, which is not shaky, stable surface. Yes? Now let's take some cotton. Take some cotton and push it inside, put it inside or push it inside your piston. Okay, you all can use your pencil, your earbud or any pointed thing to push it in. Avoid pushing it with your finger. It might just get stuck in. Okay, once you'll have everyone's with me, everyone's pushed it in. Shall we go ahead? Okay, now what you'll need to do is you'll need to take your cap of the air piston and close it firmly, absolutely tight, so that the air gets trapped inside. Is everyone done with that? Absolutely tight. Okay, so it gets locked inside. Yes, everyone's done? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, now let us apply pressure. Before applying pressure, make sure you are holding the bottom of the piston absolutely firm. Okay, apply a lot of force on it so that it does not, when you apply pressure, it does not fall. So you'll need to hold it absolutely tightly. Okay. Okay, so apply a lot of force and push it down. Now, I saw the little explosion. You might not be able to see because it comes for a fraction of a second. But let's view it on the screen once and you can perform it again at home and pay close attention. So when you pay close attention, you will see that on applying pressure, that an explosion that's takes place. Okay, there's an explosion that takes place. Can someone explain why does this spark come? Does anyone have any idea? Okay, so let me tell you, when you apply a lot of pressure, okay, this spark is going to take place. Why? Because it's airtight. Remember, if you have attended our previous classes, you all will know that one of the most important components of air is oxygen, which is also very necessary to keep the fire burning. Yes, so if there would be no air inside that tube, there would be no fire or explosion taking place, because no air means no oxygen means no fire, explosion or spark that can take place. Correct? So if we go and perform this experiment out of Earth, that is in the outer space, do you think this explosion will take place? It won't take place. What's going to happen? On the contrary, only the temperature will rise. But because of lack of atmosphere, lack of oxygen, there's going to be no spark, no fire, nothing. It's only the temperature rise that's going to be there. Why? Because we are applying pressure on it. Similarly, there's a lot of pressure that's being applied inside the earth at the center. Remember, there are so many layers, and at the center, all the pressure is going to be there. That's the reason why the center of the earth is extremely hot, and it's like a solid nickel and iron ball, right? And it's as hot as the sun. Why? Because the pressure that all the layers are applying at the center is so tremendous. Yes, clear, everybody? Good job. Okay, so do you all know what time it is? Quiz time. Okay, good job. So what we'll be doing is we are going to be posting the link in the chat section and in the comment section on YouTube. All you need to do is go ahead and click on the link. I'll be giving you 2 minutes and then we'll solve it together. Yes? Go ahead, guys. Okay, so I'm just having a look at all those who have started. Quite a few people have already started the started the quiz. That's very good. Good job, everybody. I want to see who's going to top the scoreboard. That's right. So I want to see who's going to top the scoreboard. I'm really excited to know. I hope you'll perform well. All the best, guys. Okay. So yeah, pretty much everyone started the quiz, and I'm very happy with the way you all are progressing because I can see your progress on the scoreboard. Good job. Everyone's giving each other a tough competition. That's good. Okay. Very good, guys. In case if you'll finish the quiz, just give me a thumbs up. I will come to know by looking at the scoreboard. But just give me a thumbs up. I want to see how many of y'all have finished it. Okay, I think everyone's taking a little longer. I think this quiz is a little tricky for y'all. So let's see who finishes it first. Okay, suddenly everyone started to complete it. Okay. Very good, guys. Okay, so many of y'all started finishing the test. Very good, very good. Just give me a thumbs up, all those who are done. Okay, very good, very good. Good job. Very good, very good. Okay, so give me a thumbs up again. Let me take a head count. Okay, quite a few of you all completed and almost the same time. Very good. Okay. Very good, everybody. Very good. Okay, so let me just give the others who are remaining a few seconds and then we'll go ahead. Okay? We'll solve the quiz together. Okay, is everybody done? Yes? Shall we go ahead and solve the quiz together? Let's go. Okay, can everyone see my screen? Very good. Let's go ahead. Okay, the following illustration, that means the experiment that we perform, can be used to demonstrate why water evaporates, formation of heated lava in the interiors of the earth, or evolution of life. Now, there's a lot of pressure that's being applied. That means some heat is going to be produced. Definitely not water vapor evolution of life. So it is formation of heated lava in the interiors of the earth. Good job, everybody. Very good. Let's move on to the next question. What will happen if the length of the tube is increased? Cotton will burn or cotton will not burn. Irrespective of whether the tube is increased or decreased, cotton will burn because it's airtight, right? That means it has oxygen. And if you apply a lot of pressure, it's going to burn, right? So cotton will burn. Good job, everybody. Let's go ahead. If the same experiment is conducted in space, that means no oxygen. What will be the results? No oxygen means no air, means no oxygen. No oxygen means no fire. So the piston cannot be moved. No, that's not the case. Same result cannot take place because no oxygen means no fire. A rise in temperature only. That's your correct answer. So there will only be a rise in temperature. Very good. Let's look at the next question. Like the interior of Earth, the pressure is also high inside the ocean, but the temperature does not increase with the increase in pressure in ocean. Why? Earth's interior has flammable substances. Water evaporates from the surface, or water does not heat. So your correct answer is Earth's interior has flammable substances. Okay? Good job, everybody. I want to see. Give me a thumbs up. All those who got these answers right, all answers right up till now. Okay, quite a few. Very good. All those who didn't get, don't get disheartened. That's absolutely okay. It's a learning process, right? So it's okay. Next question. If a tiny hole is made at the bottom of the tube, no effect is produced. Why? Air pressure is released via hole. Cotton is ejected out of the hole. The piston cannot move. Now the piston can definitely move. Cotton cannot be ejected because it's a small hole. So the air is released via the hole. So if the air is released, that means oxygen is released. If oxygen is released, that means no burning or no spark. So that's the reason why there will be uh, no effect. Why? Because air is moved out from the piston, airtight container. Okay. So how many of you all enjoyed today's class? Give me a thumbs up. Good job, everybody. So will I be seeing you all in the next class? Yes? Okay. And do you all promise to get your friends as well? Yes? Good job, everybody. So I'm hoping to see you all in the next class. One important reminder, don't forget to submit your drawings, okay? I am waiting for your entries and I'm pretty sure all of you have done really well. So I'm going to be going through all of them and selecting top 10 and featuring it on our website. So I'm looking forward to see all your entries. Yes, I hope you'll complete it and send it to me. We have a span of 2 days where you all can submit it. So in case you all haven't completed drawing, no problem at all. Complete it and submit it to us. I hope I see your entries. Yes. Good job, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at YOLO. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.yolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.